Three difficult questions on Hanukkah. Firstly, why do we have the Yom Tov of Hanukkah? What happened? We know the Jewish people entered the Beis HaMikdash, they wanted to light the menorah, they only had 1 day's worth of oil, and that had to last for 8 days, till they would get new oil from out of town. They took that oil, they lit the menorah, and miraculously it lasted for all 8 days. And they decided to institute the Yom Tov of Hanukkah from that year on. But this is somewhat baffling. Because of this miracle, we celebrate an 8-day festival for 2,000 years? What is the significance of this miracle? Can this be compared, for example, to other miracles we celebrate? Let's take, for example, Yetzias Mitzrayim that we celebrate on Pesach. We celebrate the entire Jewish nation leaving Egypt after 210 years of bondage. Or perhaps on Shavuos, when we celebrate the Jewish people receiving the Torah. These events changed Jewish history forever. The miracle of the menorah, did that change Jewish history? What is it in this miracle that we celebrate for all these years? Secondly, we know Hanukkah marks the time when the Jews finally managed to defeat the Greeks, which had been oppressing and ruling over the Jews. Surely this event of defeating the Greeks deserves to get the limelight of Hanukkah. Surely our primary focus on Hanukkah should be the defeat of the Greeks. Why is it that on Hanukkah we seem to focus more on the lighting of the menorah and the miracle of the Pach HaShemen more than the defeat of the Greeks, which seems to be of so much more significance? Thirdly, miracles are normally done to save the Jews from some immediate danger to their existence. In this instance, the Jews weren't in any danger. This miracle was done to facilitate the mitzvah of lighting the menorah. What's this meant to teach us? Why did God do such a miracle to allow us to light the menorah? In fact, we can ask, God could have helped them find 8 jars of oil and they wouldn't need a miracle altogether. So let us examine briefly the Greeks' oppression and rulership over the Jews. What were the Greeks trying to achieve? Were they trying to kill as many Jews as possible? Was that their primary intention? We know that's not the case. Even though they did kill many Jews, their primary intention was, as we say in the Tefillah on Hanukkah, Lahaviro mechukei rotzeinecha. They wanted to sever the Jews from the HaKadosh Baruch Hu, from God. They weren't trying to kill the Jews physically, they were trying to destroy the Jews spiritually. They wanted the Jews to embrace their culture and their values. We know they forbade the learning of the Torah. We know they decreed that it was forbidden to perform Bris Milah or to keep Shabbos. The Greeks also tried to indoctrinate the Jewish mind. They passed a law that in every Jewish home, on the doorpost had to be written the following words: Ein lonu chelek belokei Yisrael. We have no portion in God of Israel. So too, on every single Jewish bull on its horn had to be written those words: Ein lonu chelek belokei Yisrael. We have no portion in the God of Israel. What did they mean by this? It's as if to brainwash the Jews into saying daily, God has left us. We are no longer special. We are no longer the Am HaNivcha, the chosen nation. And unfortunately, the Greeks' intentions bore fruit. Many of the Jews became misyavnim. They embraced Greek culture, Greek values, and they moved away from the traditions of Judaism. So when finally the Maccabees, the Hashmonaim defeated the Greeks, but their values lingered on in the Jewish mind, and we were infested with doubt. Do we have a chelik b'lekei Yisrael? Are we important in God's eyes? Are our mitzvahs significant to HaKadosh Baruch Hu? And it's against that backdrop the Jews entered the Beis HaMikdash. And the Maccabeans, the Hashmonaim, wanted to relight the menorah once again. But they only found 1 flask of oil. And they took that oil and lit it within thought they would last 1 night. But miraculously, that oil continued lasting for the 2nd night, and the 3rd and the 4th. And as those days went by, the Jews saw this message, this divine message from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, that He is interested in our mitzvahs, and He wants us to succeed in the performance of His commandments. They suddenly began to see, Yesh lonu chelik b'lekei Yisrael. Hashem wants our mitzvahs. Hashem wants us to succeed in our servitude to Him. It was with this inspiration they instituted the Yom Tov of Hanukkah. Certainly, Hanukkah is there to celebrate the defeat of the Greeks, and the defeat of their cruel oppression of Jewish values. But the true and final victory over the Greeks is when the Jews received this message from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and they internalized the idea that Yesh lonu chelik be'elokei Yisrael. And so on that very doorpost where we had to write Ein lonu chelik be'elokei Yisrael, we fix our mezuzahs, which we proclaim Shema Yisrael, Hashem Elokeinu, Hashem Echad, that we proclaim Hashem to be our God. And if you like, Hashem responds with our menorah on the other side. That Hashem is saying, I love your mitzvahs. Yesh lochem chelik be'elokei Yisrael. All of us in our personal lives experience events or chain of events which help forge our paths. All of us in our lives have experienced moments of inspiration which have provided us clarity in our personal service to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. The Mukubalim, the Kabbalists teach us that these moments are God-given. And Chanukah teaches us that we have to remember and recall these moments and treasure those moments of inspiration to enlighten us, even on dark moments, even on times when things don't seem quite as clear. But we have to go back to those moments of inspiration. So our dear students, alumni and friends, as we light our menorah, let us remember that the Jewish nation as a whole have a chelik be'elokei Yisrael. We are the Am HaNivchar, and every single one of us have a very important job and role in HaKadosh Baruch Hu's world. May you all have an uplifting and illuminating Chanukah.